Imagine a farm where millions of frogs are raised in carefully controlled ponds, harvested and then processed with precision to meet the massive demand for frog meat in China. These aren't just farms. They're vast, high-tech operations blending tradition and technology to supply an industry that's growing faster than ever. But here's the craziest part. China consumes over 1.5 million tons of frog meat every year, and that's just the beginning. In this video, I'll take you inside China's most insane frog farms, where efficiency and innovation collide. And wait until you hear how much these farms can make. It'll blow your mind. Let's dive in. China is not just the global leader in frog farming. It's also the largest consumer of frog meat in the world. Every year, China consumes an astounding 1.5 million tons of frog meat. Globally, the demand for frog meat is around 2 million tons annually, meaning that China alone accounts for more than half of all frog consumption worldwide. But how do farmers keep up with this mind-boggling demand? Frog farming in China has evolved into a highly organized and technologically advanced industry. These farms are designed to produce frogs on an unprecedented scale, using methods that are not only efficient but also fascinating to witness. From small rural operations to massive commercial farms spanning entire villages, China's frog farms are unlike anything else. And this leads us to the first stage of the process: how frogs are bred. The frog farming process begins with mating, and it all happens in water tanks that replicate natural environments. These tanks are designed to encourage healthy reproduction, providing clean, temperature-controlled water for optimal frog health. Once the frogs mate, the female lays eggs, and the male fertilizes them. This step is crucial for the success of the farm, as a large number of eggs can ensure a steady supply of tadpoles for the future. The eggs are then transferred to shallow water tanks, where they are incubated under stable conditions. Temperature control is key here because frog eggs are highly sensitive to environmental changes. But while the eggs are developing, there's another revenue stream for these farms: selling frog eggs. Many farms make extra money by selling these eggs to smaller farms or even to international markets. It's a clever way to generate income while waiting for the frogs to mature. But things really start to get exciting once the eggs hatch. When the frog eggs hatch, tadpoles emerge, beginning their journey to becoming adult frogs. This stage of development is critical, and the tadpoles are fed a specialized protein-rich diet to accelerate their growth. During these weeks, tadpoles are kept in separate tanks to ensure optimal growth conditions. But here's the challenge: overcrowding. Too many tadpoles in one space can slow growth, cause stress, and even trigger diseases. Farmers have to constantly monitor their tanks and adjust the conditions to ensure that the tadpoles are developing properly. The goal is to grow them as quickly as possible so they can be transferred to larger ponds, where they'll continue their transformation into adult frogs. But the real work begins once they reach this next stage. Adult frogs are the bread and butter of China's frog farms, and raising them takes a mix of precision and care. At this stage, the frogs need clean, stable water environments to thrive. The ponds must be regularly maintained to prevent bacteria and fungi growth, which can lead to disease. But here's something fascinating. Adult frogs are voracious eaters, consuming a diet rich in insects, worms, and other high-protein foods. They need to be fed 2 to 3 times a day, which can become quite the operation when you're dealing with millions of frogs. Managing their food supply is a delicate balancing act. If you don't feed them enough, the frogs may turn on each other. Yes, frogs can exhibit cannibalistic behavior if food is scarce, but overfeeding can cause water pollution, harming the frogs and lowering the quality of the pond's environment. Farmers carefully calculate each feeding to ensure the frogs get just the right amount, typically 3 to 5% of their body weight per day. Feeding millions of frogs isn't just about volume, it's about precision. Frog farmers use specialized feeding systems to ensure that each frog gets enough nutrition without polluting the water. Too much food can spoil in the water, leading to algae growth, bacterial infections, and other issues that could devastate a crop of frogs. To keep the ponds clean and the frogs healthy, farmers have to regularly clean the water and the pond infrastructure. This involves using water filtration systems and manual cleaning to prevent harmful bacteria from taking hold. With so many frogs in one place, cleanliness is absolutely vital to prevent disease outbreaks. After months of careful nurturing, the frogs reach maturity, and it's time for the harvest. Frogs are collected from the ponds using large nets, but it's not just about scooping them up randomly. Farmers carefully select the healthiest, largest frogs. These premium frogs fetch a higher price on the market, especially for international buyers. Once harvested, the frogs are thoroughly washed to remove mud and impurities. This is an essential part of the process, ensuring that the final product is of the highest quality. But harvesting is just the first step in getting the frogs to market. The next stage is all about processing. Frog processing is a finely tuned operation. After being harvested, the frogs are cleaned and prepared for meat production. Non-edible parts, such as the skin and internal organs, are removed, leaving only the premium frog meat. The meat is then packaged, and each package includes complete product information, such as production dates, expiration dates, and usage instructions. This high level of quality control is essential, especially as the demand for frog meat continues to rise both domestically and internationally. The frog farming industry in China is becoming increasingly sophisticated, with more farms adopting modern technology to meet growing demand while maintaining high standards. Frog meat is considered a delicacy in China, prized for its tender texture and rich flavor. It's featured in a wide variety of dishes, from high-end restaurant menus to home-cooked meals. One of the most popular ways to prepare frog meat is to marinate it with spices, coat it in batter, and fry it until golden and crispy. But that's not the only way it's enjoyed. Another popular dish is stir-fried frog with lemongrass and chili. The lemongrass adds a fragrant aroma, while the chili gives the dish a spicy kick, perfectly balancing the natural sweetness of the frog meat. Whether fried, grilled, or stewed, frog meat is a versatile ingredient that's found its way into the hearts of food lovers across all of China. As China continues to lead the world in frog farming, the future of the industry looks bright. More and more farms are adopting automated feeding systems and advanced water filtration technologies to improve efficiency and productivity. With increasing demand from international markets, frog farms are scaling up operations, bringing in more revenue for rural communities and supporting China's economy. The future of frog farming is not just about meeting demand, it's about innovating and finding new ways to produce high-quality frog meat sustainably and efficiently. And with China at the forefront, it's safe to say the world of frog farming is only going to get crazier. As you can see, from millions of frogs raised in vast ponds to high-tech processing facilities, China's frog farms are breaking new ground in agriculture. But which part of the process blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments if you're still watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this new channel to see a bunch of other crazy good videos like this one. See you in the next video.